Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. Yay. We are back in here. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. I'm happy to be back. It has seemed like a very long time, I will say. I don't even know how long it's been. Hi, Leanne. It has seemed like a long time though. So it has, I was kind of going crazy trying to figure out exactly how to start Tarot Tuesday back after we did the admin readings last week, which were great. And I hope all of you enjoyed that too. We had a really good time, I know. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Witchy Woo. How are you, Adrian? There was a bunch of ideas. I have to put a poll up. I think I can do a poll kind of thing here on YouTube too. So I have to look and see. I don't know if we should start over maybe and do it a little bit differently, like with different decks. If we should do like a shorter version and I have a couple different ideas. Like I was thinking we could do it by the numbers this time. And use, Barbara Moore has a great book, about, your life path numbers and, how that corresponds to each of the tarot cards. So we could take like all the tarot cards that are tens, and go by numbers. So do like the 10 would be the Wheel of Fortune, and then the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. We could do that. We could start over and literally just go from the Fool forward and go in order. And look at different decks and talk about more in depth. I felt like what I don't want is to do exactly what we ended up with the last go around, which was we ended up looking at a lot of different cards, but it was really like a show and tell, and I want it to be more interactive. We started out really well with the last Tarot Tuesday go through, and then it really turned into more of a show and tell, and it was okay. I think we still learned a lot. But I want to try to do it a little differently if we're going to go through the whole deck again. So I will be asking you guys for your input and to see, how you'd like to go about it. It's hard. What I've figured out is it's hard to teach tarot, at least with my methods. We can do different spreads and stuff still. But I don't know if it necessarily helps you personally in your home readings. It would, I would like to maybe get different tarot readers in once a week and talk about some of the different ways that they start doing tarot readings. We could take like a couple of weeks to say, how do you start? Oh, combinations. That's a good idea. Let me write that down. How do you start a reading? Do you connect to people? Talk about, how different people connect. Combinations. I like that. We could definitely do different combinations. Somebody likes the numbers are a good idea. Perfect. I would do a home blessing. Hi, David. How are you? Miss you. I was just talking about you again with somebody and saying, what were we talking about? Something we were talking about. Oh, that you had wanted me to pick a goddess way back in the day of your mentoring me. And like you kept suggesting goddesses, and I was like, no, it's not weird enough. And then when I finally settled on Matt, you were like, okay, that's a different one. Because, poor David. His student was not at all a normal student who would like pick a normal goddess that a lot of people picked. Like a Marseille deck? Yes. kind of, yes. I mean, we definitely, if we're going to do numerology, we're going to do part of it for sure, like learning the Marseille, which I have Tom Benjamin's book, and I would do that also. By learning languages, it's better to learn phrases. Yes, absolutely. Tarot is the same, that you can do different combinations. Yep. And different combinations mean different things at different times, right? For sure. Yes. Caradwin comes to mind. Yes. I love Caradwin. Love. Maybe I need a little bit of her in my life right now. It's shape-shifting energy and crone wisdom. And so before we start tonight, which tonight is going to be, because like I said, I've been back and forth. I've been a bit overwhelmed this week. It's been quite a week for me. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in my life so that you guys can know where we're at. And then I figured to give you an example of what a real tarot reading looks like. We're going to do a reading for me, and then hopefully some of it will apply to you too. How you would read certain cards for different readings, like love or career. Yes. I love that. Hi, Catherine. Okay. So hi, Sonia. Steven. Hello, sweetheart. Yes. Okay. So a number of things, like, it just never slows down. Life never, I always think once this happens, life will slow down and I'll get back into a routine. Or once this happens, life will, go back to normal, right? And there is no normal. That's part of what I have to decide to live with, is that normal is a fantasy. Hi, Doug. There just is no normal. And I've said to my kids a million times before, don't wait to start living your life until this, like I remember for a long time, there was big things that happened in my life that I thought, well, once this thing is over, then I will actually start doing what I want to do. Or once I get through this period, this time, the holidays, once I get through the holidays, then I'll actually start living life the way I want to live it. Once this thing is done, once the kids are older, once this happens, and you can't live that way, because then there's always something else coming up. Always. And so, like, for a long time, I've been waiting for certain things to happen. Witchypalooza was the last thing. Once Witchypalooza was over, then I will start being on YouTube a lot more. And Witchypalooza is over, and then life doesn't slow down. Everything happens all at once still. So I have to kind of figure out how to work stuff into things. So, first of all, it's not all bad stuff, but it's, whoops. Funny how the card that comes out is transformation. Aren't we always in transformation? Love it. Yes. So, my oldest son turns 30 tomorrow. That was a big, like, wow, normal is a setting on the washing machine, and that's about it, right, Catherine? Exactly. Yeah, so my oldest son turns 30 tomorrow, which I keep going, I'm only 35. How is he 30? I really, honestly, I don't mind how old I am. I'll be 50 this year. And it doesn't bother me at all. But having a 30-year-old son, I'm like, that can't be possible. How did that come about? And I missed it. Like, where did that go? There's no way that was 30 years old. Have you had a devil year yet, Mama? I have, Serana. I have. Yes, I've had that. Yes. It does. Yes, absolutely. Seems like life in general. So that's part of it, I think, is that Frankie's turning 30 tomorrow. And I'm like, what the hell? My Aunt Nancy, those of you who know me on Facebook know that my Aunt Nancy had fallen a couple months ago, went into the hospital, went to a rehabilitation center, and was there for a good month, and got home this week. I don't even know what day it is. Last week, I guess. Yeah. Got home on Wednesday, was home for a day, and fell on Thursday. and quite possibly has a fracture in her knee. They like drained 200 cc's of fluid off of her knee. And they are going to keep her, that she's in the hospital now. They are going to keep her for 6 weeks. She cannot bear weight on her knee for 6 weeks because she's going to be in a hospital setting. There is limited visitation, which means that they had to choose only four people who were allowed to go visit her. And because I've been busy lately, they did not put me on that list because of Witchy-Palooza. When she was in the hospital, I called her, but I didn't go see her. So they didn't put me on that list, which upsets me kind of, but I understand. I get it. But it's really hard for me because Nan was always there for me. So it's hard. I just turned 30 this year. I'm about to go through my devil year next year. And I think this is going to be the struggle, letting go of the invisible obstacles. Yes, yes, yes. So much so, yes, yes. A few interviews. Good. In the afternoon. Good luck, Erskine. The aunt who lived with you. Yes. My Aunt Nancy, who lived with me for a long time. Exactly. So for 6 weeks, I won't be able to see her. And for me, that's really difficult for me because I would normally like go sit with her and stuff. Especially knowing she's in the hospital, it's like, and now of course I worry that they're not going to pay enough attention. And is she going to get like bed sores and stuff because they really aren't turning her enough, especially if she's not allowed to get up. So, and then I'm worried about when she's allowed to come home, which even she probably won't be ready to come home technically for quite a while because I'm sure they're going to send her to another rehabilitation facility at least for a little while. My thing is, my family is now talking about the fact that she's probably unsafe at home. Which means she's probably going to end up in a home. And that is not something I ever thought I would allow to happen. But I am not in a position right now to have her here with me. My dad is here. We don't have the room. It's one of those things that it's the universe is saying you can't do it all, Jen. You can't. So the other thing is that on top of that, Peter has been different. It's funny how things sneak up on you. I think I was busy with Witchy-Palooza and I didn't really notice how different he was. But finally he got dizzy after Witchy-Palooza. He got really dizzy a couple times. And so we went into the doctor and he had blood work and stuff. And he has hypothyroidism. His thyroid so he has no energy. He's experiencing major mood swings. And so right now, our dynamic is very different from what it used to be, which is hard. After 30 years of marriage, he's always the one that is constantly going and doesn't ever slow down and keeps me on my toes and keeps me on track. And my ADD brain is the one that usually, benefits from his OCD-ness. And now it's been really hard because he's not who he used to be right now. They've just started him on stuff, and we'll see. It's going to take a couple months at least to try to figure out dosages and stuff to try to somewhat normalize where he's at so he has energy again and stuff. But right now he's really been in bed like for weeks now, which is very, very different. That's what you have, Stephen. Very different for him and very different for me. And in the meantime, me who is used to him being the adult in a relationship and taking care of everything, I'm like, what do I do? So that's been very different. And so it's, it's a struggle to figure out my new role and trying to work through exactly how I keep going forward, how I move this forward. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate all of you guys, really. Watch Those You Love Grow Older, not something I thought about. Yeah, I know, right, Sherry? I know. My brother and I were just talking about that. Like, okay, once that generation starts to die off, which they're getting to the point where they are, then it's us. We're the older generation. How the fuck did that happen? Thank you. So it's been difficult to really just to figure out exactly what the hell is going on and where I move forward and how I move forward. And those of you who know me know right after Witchapalooza, I went through a really, really dark period, quite a big depression, where I was probably the darkest I've been in my life, which is weird for me. I'm not like that. I usually don't have those ups and downs kind of thing. So, not ready to adult yet, right? My 50-year-old cousin was just diagnosed with bipolar yesterday. She assaulted her friend, stole her car. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonia. That is so not easy. Yeah, you start to just feel like, what the hell is going on, and what am I supposed to do about it? Really, Peter was always the adult one. He's the one that's with the finances, and on top of it, my sons are going through financial issues, so we still are trying to help them across the street, but that's all in our name. The trailer across the street they're living in, but it's still in my name, so we're having to help still, and it's it's all at once, so it's a lot all at once. But I'm okay. I'm still okay. It's just like I keep saying, well, as soon as things settle down a little, and that's not, I really need to go back to and figure out that that's not really what it's about. It's not about when life settles down a little, then you'll figure it out. Because that just doesn't seem to be happening again. It's really about, how do I stay above water and do the things that I need to do, even when life is like this, even when life is a little off and kooky. My partner has ADHD, and I often feel like the parent in the relationship. Yes, we've been playing with power dynamics in other areas of our relationship. Has been healing. Oh, I like that, Sarana. That is something that I really need to do, and I knew that I was going to have to step up. It's hard. It's been hard not to be resentful, because he can't help this part, but I'm like, what the hell are you doing? There are days that I'm like, okay, Peter, are you gonna get out of bed today? And I'm like, nope. This is a medical issue, Jen. We are just gonna take a breath and do what we gotta do, and mutter under your breath a little bit if you need to, but I have to let that go. Not easy. So I wanted to figure out how to use tarot to kind of just point me in the right direction. Now, I have decided. The dark moon came. One of the things I did at the dark moon was set a new intention, which is I want to get my meditation practice back. I had the intention of doing a walking meditation in the morning with the dog every morning, like taking him to the canal and trying to do a walking meditation every morning with the dog. And then it poured today, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do this today. He's not a fan of the rain. And so when it was raining, I thought, yeah, I'm not starting today. Not with this. No, not doing it. I probably could have, should have, but I didn't. So I have to be easy on myself a little bit and be like, okay, I didn't, but it's going to happen, damn it. I think probably, apart from all that, things are great. Exactly. That's exactly right. Apart from all that, I'm not in darkness anymore, which is a huge deal, because I cannot tell you how much darkness there was. Like I was saying to Mel, that it wasn't, thankfully I have not ever gotten to that suicidal point, which I know a lot of people do. That was as close as I have gotten in my lifetime, was right after Richapalooza. Just the hopelessness kind of thing. I got that where I thought, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But it was, once I climbed out of that, I can see why people get to that point. Hi, Michelle. Was that comfort? If that was the comfort for you both, maybe finding other places where you feel taken care of may help. That's true. There's also ways of behavior modification. Oh, that's true. I'll have to look into that, Sarana. That's a good retreats, praise, affection. That's a really good idea. I like that. Does Peter do all the cooking? Yes. All of it. All of it. All of it. And he's not even going grocery shopping now. Which, and I find it's hard for me to even say that because I don't want to make him feel bad. But I'm like, oh my God, now you want me to grocery shop and do stuff like cooking? Like, you really don't want me to cook. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to fend for myself. But then I'm like, I really should be taking care of him. But at the same time, oh my God, he's not going to want me to do that. Whew, yeah. Beat my Jeff for leaving work early. I think he's jealous of my not being at work. I'm not on vacation. I'm stressed out. I know, right? My cousin went all the way with it Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry, Ash. That's terrible. Just easy things to cook. Yes. And all the new coping ideas for people with ADHD and sharing their experiences. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely, Sarana. And I'm grateful that there is all that stuff online now, really. After all the high energies and vibrations for Richapalooza. Yes, that I would have a drop. Absolutely. And it was a weird drop. That I didn't expect. It was different. But there was some emotional stuff that had gone on right before and during Richapalooza that, made it a different kind of drop that I really didn't expect. But hi, Barbie. So here we are. So I thought we could do a cool spread or something to just kind of show you this is life. This is what happens. And so what do we use tarot for, right? We kind of use tarot to give us markers, to give us an idea of the direction that our life is heading, or some ideas for coping mechanisms, some ideas for how we're moving forward or what direction we're supposed to go through. And so I pull out, this is a really good one. I love this book. This is Liz Dean, which if you guys have watched this series, you know that we usually used her other book, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. This is The Ultimate Guide to the Tarot Spreads. So when you have gone through that, this book has kind of a spread for everything. So when I went to the table of contents, which are extensive, I looked through, they have different, categories of spreads. So like you can go to money, home, and security spreads, health, healing, and self-employment spreads, crossroads, crises, decisions, and change. And that's where I went to for this, because I thought, oh, this is I don't know, definitely a crossroad, change, crisis kind of thing for sure. So, and they have all kinds of different things. But so I went through to say, okay, where are we at? What kind of spread do I need? So I actually picked a spread that is called The Lion. How can I make the best of a bad situation? Because I thought, all right, that's kind of where I'm at. Like here we're in this situation and I have to try to figure out, how to make the best of it. What do I do with this? How can I move forward with this? Because this is what it is. There's no changing this. There's no way to fix it. Yes, D-E-A-N, Liz Dean, D-E-A-N. And so it says, The Lion, how can I make the best of a bad situation? We use the Strength card, number 8, as the focus for this reading. All right, so let me find my Strength card. So first of all, The deck, for a week now, it's funny. Autumn isn't quite here, but I have pulling out my Tarot of the Unknown, which is based on the Over the Garden Wall series. I love this deck. It feels very autumn for me. So I have been shuffling and pulling out this deck for a good week probably. So let me just go through and find the Strength card, because she is saying that we are going to use that card for a focus. So it's going to be the last card that I find, I'm sure. Empress. Knight of Wands. Ace of Wands. And Justice. I know, I'm so sorry to hear that, Ash. It is so hard to lose hope. And I got to the point. Oh, yes, anti-whispers. That's strength. Oh, I love that. I got to the point where I really felt the hopelessness. And I thought, wow, I really had never been to the edge of that hopelessness before. To the point where, like, I thought there was not going to be any getting better. And my head knew that I would get through it and that there would be a moment where I would be getting better. My heart, however, really didn't feel like that. Can't find strength. I cannot find the strength. My heart really did not feel that at all. So if you are familiar with Over the Garden Wall, Anti-Whispers is strength here. And her daughter, I'll just quickly tell you so you know how this card makes sense. Her daughter, the whole time you think Anti-Whispers is a bad woman. She like keeps her daughter locked up and stuff. Well, it turns out her daughter is like a monster. And she has to keep her locked up so that she doesn't hurt somebody. So and it's still her daughter. She still loves her. But the point is, like, it's very hard for her. She has to have this inner strength to love her daughter still and keep her locked up so that she doesn't hurt other people. So that's a really, really good deep strength card. I love, by the way, I do think it's time for me to rewatch Over the Garden Wall. We're kind of there. I've been watching Cuphead lately. You guys know Cuphead. I like Cuphead. But not nearly as deep as Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall is one of my favorite ever cartoons. I think you can get it on Amazon now, I believe. I think. Amazon Prime. Really, really good. And it's a good autumn kind of show. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. Okay. So we use the Strength card as the focus for this reading. The maiden on this card is calm and patient in the face of great danger from the lion. She holds his jaws apart. Now, this is a little bit different. This is her daughter, but again, that's why I kind of explained to you why she is strength. This spread is helpful if you've faced difficult times recently. It can give you insight into the causes of the issue and your reactions to it, and can suggest choices you might make in order to heal and move forward. Okay, which sounds perfect, right? Sounds like just like what we need. Take out the card Strength from the Major Arcana, place it face up in the center. Then shuffle and choose the remaining cards and lay them out in a row in the order shown above, face down. And then you're going to turn over cards 1 through 5 and begin your interpretation. So this is a 5-card spread besides the Strength. So really it's 6, but we have Strength out already. And then we're going to choose 5 cards and put them in a row underneath the Strength card. Okay? So when I do this, I connect, and because it's myself, instead of trying to connect to myself, I'm going to connect to my nematon, to my spirit guides, right? Let this be a reading that is the good for all and helps me to figure out my path forward from here. Okay, so that's all we're doing. I'm shuffling a little bit. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let the cards come up that need to be coming up for this reading for us to see. If anybody else needs to connect to this reading, I hope that you get it. All right, here we go. Ready? Face down. 1. My table is slippery. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. All right. And then I'm also going to, because it's me, I'm also going to choose an oracle card for each of these 5 cards because I like oracle. I think oracle helps me to just kind of clarify things a little bit, or where that help is coming from, or that kind of stuff. Okay. So anytime that you, if you are a person that likes to use oracle for clarification, then you can also use an oracle deck, and you can clarify every card. You can clarify only the cards you think you need clarification on. It's up to you. I like to, 1 tarot, 1 oracle card. I like to do that, unless it's a really big spread, in which case I may pull like 3 oracle cards on the side or something. That's okay too. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so, and I'm going to put the rest of the deck aside. Now, hold on, where's my oil? By the way, this is Krista Mest. Those of you who know Krista Mest, this is her oil, and I love her oil, so I'm going to do this really quickly before I handle my cards. And put it in my nose, because you guys know me, I swear, it's like I'm allergic to the light or to the camera or something, because then it's always, but it gets worse in the winter and autumn time. I swear I'm allergic, because then my nose starts itching. Okay, are you still calling Oracle Deck Collection? Are you still calling Oracle Deck Collection? Oh, am I still? Yes, I'm still collecting. Is that what you're saying? I'm still collecting. I am starting to weed out some of my decks. It's funny that in my shop, my living room shop, I have found that I don't really sell my tarot decks there. So I'm starting to put into a different box the tarot and oracle decks that I think I'm supposed to be getting rid of soon. And so watch this page, because what I figured out is that on my business page on the living room, there isn't a whole lot of tarot and oracle readers on there. So when I try to sell my decks on there, it's kind of crickets, because there's a lot of crystal people, which is awesome, but there isn't a whole lot of shrinking. Yes. There isn't a whole lot of tarot and oracle people on there. So I find it's kind of a waste of time for me to do it on there. So I think anything that I'm going to be getting rid of, I'm going to try to do through my YouTube page here. So watch for that, because I'll be doing an oracle tarot kind of swap or sale or something on here from getting rid of some of my decks. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to show you. Hopefully, let me undo this. Perfect. All right. So this is what it looks like. See, I have the strength card up here, and then the 5 cards down here. All right, so we're going to look at the first card together, and then I will read what this card means and what we are reading into it. So the first card is the World, and the oracle card is Hope. Which, guess what? Kind of makes sense to me already, in light of what the hell I'm going through, right? Okay. All right, here we go. So this is what it says. Card 1. Card 1 is the present situation. The World, Hope. All right. So right off the bat, let's start with that. The present situation is the world. What does the world mean? It is the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. It means like what comes up must come down. What has been down will swing back up. That sounds like a good thing. We're talking about the cycles that have been going on, which I have very much felt the cycles that have been going on. Bye, Michelle. Love you too. The fact that Mabon is our next Sabbath. So Mabon is all about the death of the god. It is about his sacrifice into the earth in order to nourish the soil for next year's harvesting. It is the second harvest. So we are harvesting the things that we have planted all summer. And getting ready to move on to the dark half of the year. It is the equinox. It is equal day and equal night. That means after Mabon, it turns into the dark half of the year, where there is more darkness. And so it is really a transition time. It's a cycle, the end of one cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. And so in my personal life, in my personal life, what does this mean? This means that the cycle that has been here, which is kind of depression, transition, a lot of busyness going on, a lot of things happening all at once, overwhelmingness, that kind of cycle is coming to an end, and there is hope on the horizon. So that's a good thing. That's always, something to say, don't forget that even when you're going through hell, realize that it's not endless. There is a point where it's coming to an end, and it's starting to come to an end, and that hope is kind of here to look forward, right? Okay, so that's card number 1. Let's turn over card number 2 together, and then we will read what card number 2 is about. So here we go. Card number 2. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands. Makes sense. And inner vision. Inner vision. And the 10 of Wands. Well, that certainly makes sense. There's been a lot of, did I just not just say overwhelmed? There's been a lot of overwhelmingness. Okay. So let's see. Card 2. How the lion roared. Past causes of the situation. Past causes of the situation. So the past cause of the situation is I picked up too much, right? I love that this deck is very RWS because here we have all the wands right in front of his face, which to me, I love when the RWS has just that image. We have picked up so much that literally we cannot see our nose to spite our face. We cannot see the path that's in front of us because we have picked up every little thing that is all around us, and we have not chosen what is ours to pick up. Some of the things that we've picked up aren't even ours. So I have put myself in this overwhelming spot now because I picked up too much. I picked up too much all at once. I allowed myself to get to this point of overwhelmingness. And of course I can't see the path forward because I have all these damn sticks right in front of my face. I have all of this creative process. So the wands being the creative action, all of these actions all at once, I have to kind of prioritize. I have to figure out what it is I can do. I do not have to do all of these all at once. I'm overwhelmed because I think I have to. Of course I think I have to. I don't, put the bloody sticks down, Jen. Exactly. Hello. Don't keep walking when you can't see what's in front of you. Duh. Right? So you can see in a reading, tarot is tarot for a reason. Tarot knows exactly what to say, right? Duh, Jen. All right. And so the oracle card that goes with that is inner vision. So how do I choose what sticks to put down? I really have to take that inner vision, take the time to, all right, and I have to say, this is so bad. My camera is so dirty because I'm so crazy all the time. Yeah. Okay. I have to take that time to do some meditation maybe, and to get to the point where I can see in front of me and see the journey that's actually mine in front of me. And hi, MA, especially in a top hat. Yes. And learn to put down what isn't mine. So that is the situation. That is how I got into the situation, is I have been holding too many fucking sticks, right? Okay, let's turn over card number 3 together, and then we will read what card number 3 is. Nope. And nope. Knight of Cups. Can't see. Oh, it's the giraffe. That's so cute. Knight of Cups. And then the oracle card is Unfamiliar Territory. Knight of Cups, Unfamiliar Territory. Okay, so this already, I don't know what the card is supposed to be about, but boy, it's speaking to me already. Okay. Knight of Cups. Hold on. Card, where am I? Card 3. What could I release in order to move on? What could I release in order to move on? Hi, Leah. Put the sticks down or you're going to end up tripping over them, right? Okay. What can I release in order to move on? So I will say Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups for me really means being the end-all be-all for everyone. It is moving forward with all of your emotions on your sleeves. Maybe not always looking where you're going and getting ready and you're almost jumping off the cliff without realizing it, because I wear my heart on my sleeve and I want to be everything for everyone. And it also means emotionally running into things and not really thinking about where that situation could put me emotionally. And I know I have to think about that recently. I really have to, especially in the dark place that I was in. Like, really, guides, you had to read me for filth now. Yes. Emotionally, I really have to think about, can I handle this situation? Can I continue to put my heart on my sleeve and pretend like everything's okay when it's not? Can I move forward with everything that I wanted to do? Or is this something that I really, in learning which sticks are not mine, I really have to guard my own heart. I really have to look at, okay, I know mama of 4, and as someone who's literally, my YouTube name is Mama, I have to guard maybe what pieces of me I'm giving out, right? I have to learn to say no to some things. I need to learn to take care of me a little bit first sometimes. Yes, which of those sticks are there to make someone else happy? That's right. That's right, exactly. Which of those sticks are not mine at all? I can only handle the sticks that are mine. I really have to know when to say, I can't pick that up right now. I just have enough sticks of my own. If I pick that up, that's going to be the one that's right in front of my face. Can't do it. So the oracle card again, Unfamiliar Territory. That is weird for me. I will say that I have a very hard time. I have an easy time teaching it to other people, but I have a very hard time with telling myself emotionally that of course I can pick that up and carry it. I'm tough enough to do that. I will just keep going. I do not have to not help someone I do not have to not do, some stuff there. And it's hard because all of that is the stuff I love. I'm always like, yeah, but that stuff I actually like to do. So even if it takes a lot out of me, at least I'm doing the stuff that I like to do. Well, sometimes I have to sacrifice some of the things I like to do because it's still emotionally tolling. It's still maybe not be the best thing for me right now because it's more emotionally than I can handle. I don't like to admit that. Not happy about that card, but I get it. And I know my guides are looking out for me. And if I can learn to listen now, then maybe we won't get to the point where they kick me off the cliff. Maybe. Hopefully. I hope. All right. Card number 4. Here we go. Card number 4 is the 7 of axes, which is swords, and the moon. Oh my goodness, how funny is that? So the 7 of swords, which usually means there's sneaky business going on, and either I'm being sneaky with myself, like I'm trying to fool myself, which is probably the case here, or someone else is being sneaky and fooling me. And the moon, which talks about looking through the shadows, right? All right, so let's see. Card number 4. What could I hold on to? Okay, that's not at all what I expected here. Not at all what I expected here. What could I hold on to? The 7 of swords. Okay, so it's funny. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you will help till there's no more to give, which is not healthy. I know, Leah. I know. Yes. That dark circle's coming to an end. I keep getting messages about inner vision. Ooh, I like it. So 7 of swords, 7 of axes here. What that tells me is, I don't know how to say this. I have been, all right, hold on, because I want to read it again the right way. What could I hold on to? Okay, so it's still, why is it so quiet in the bedroom? I don't want Peter to hear this part. I think what I can hold on to is a little bit of my sneakiness. A little bit, I can pretend, at least with Peter, I can pretend that emotionally we're fine. Because I think he needs that right now. I don't want him to feel like he's doing something wrong, because I'm sure it's not easy for him to not be the person taking care of everything. Really hard for him, because he always has been that. So the sneaky part of it for me is acting like everything's okay for him, because he really needs to believe that everything's okay. I kind of see that. And to look in my shadow work to allow that to happen. For someone. Let those glamours fall where they may. No more masking. Yes, a little bit. Yes. Yes. Definitely. Sometimes realizing what you need to hold on to lets you understand what to let go of. Yes. Yep. I think so. Like I said, I think it's about trying to build him up too. It's so weird for me to see him in this position of not being the organizer, it used to be he never stopped moving. I used to like, okay, can we sit down and watch a movie together or something, because you are just one thing after another, and his mind is racing. And I will ask him a question about something now, and he's like, what? What? And that's so weird for him. But I don't want him to feel like he's missing a step, because it's a medical thing. There's nothing he can do about it right now. And I'm sure that's just impossible for him. Really, just impossible for him. Yeah, exactly. All right, last card. So here we go. Last card. 5th card. and I can't see because we are in the dark. Hold on. Yes, I need to learn to wear my glasses. Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. No, this is a hard one. Here we go. This is where I have to learn to ask for help, right? Journey. So the oracle card that goes with that is Journey. Damn it, tarot. All right. So this is going to be learn to ask for help, Jen. Which everyone who knows me knows how wonderful I am at that. Okay. The outcome. Okay. The outcome is with the 3 of Pentacles, I learned to work together more. I learned to, they are letting me have it. Yes, I do so much need to, and learn to let go of the outcome of things, and learn to work together with those who actually offer it. I can't tell you, this is so bad. Tarot sucks. I mean, it's really good, fuckers. But I can't tell you how hard it is for me to allow help because I want it to be a certain way. Even though it's funny, I say Peter is the OCD person, but I want the outcome to be a certain way. So for me to say, okay, I'm going to let go of the control of that outcome. And that's partly why I don't like asking for help. The other part of it is it's really, really difficult for an ADD person to, I don't know how to say this. I was trying to say this during Witchy-Palooza because people always want to help out with Witchy-Palooza. And I welcome the help with Witchy-Palooza. But with ADD, I have a really hard time breaking down the outcome. Like, okay, this is what the class is. This is the outcome. It's really hard for me. I remember. Yes, David, I know. See, even my old mentor who has known me for I don't know how many years now remembers that I never asked for help. It's really hard for an ADD person to break down a task, the outcome of a task, into individual tasks to give away. Like I know, let's say I'm trying to get together a class. I know the outcome of the class is this. I cannot figure out the individual tasks to give away to get to that outcome. I just know the outcome is I'm teaching this class. Can you help me? Sure. I just don't know how to say you can help me with this piece of it because it's not broken down into pieces in my head. I just see the outcome. Does that make sense? It's really, really difficult for an ADD person to break stuff down into usable bits. I just see the whole thing. So who is good at delegating? Have them delegate the steps, areas. Well, and that's really, see, it's Peter and I. So that's who usually is good at that. He's not right now. I would never have thought of it. Sorry, so late. That's okay, Kim. Oh no, a leaky roof. That's terrible. So, and that's really, that's the hardest part for me is to find the usable bits to give away. Like all I see is the outcome. I see this big project. I don't see the little pieces of how to get to that big project. So what I need to do is learn to say to people, yes, I would love your help. If you have any idea how to help me, here's the outcome that I need. Do you see anything in there that you can contribute with? Maybe. And then accept the help, which I will try to do. I promise. I just can't see the little, like, here, you can help me. Like literally my brain goes, it doesn't see the usable bits to give away. It just doesn't. And so the outcome is this is going to be quite a journey. This is going to be me learning something new again. And learning how to get how to get through life, even and still be able to do the good parts of life, the things that I like to do, but not stay in this overwhelmed bit. This overwhelmed, oh my goodness, I have all this stuff at once stuff. But you can't only rely on one person. I know, Leah, I know. Yeah, I know. And I know. Now, I will say, Leah, you know why too. There's a couple other reasons. Like I have relied on people recently and then been bitten by it. So that's the other thing, is it's hard. That trust factor is hard to say, this is really important to me and I need it to go well. But here I'm gonna trust somebody else with a bit of it. That's hard. That's hard, because I find that a lot of times it does turn around and bite me in the ass. Just because it does. But I am willing still, because of who I am, to put myself out there, because I still believe in people no matter what. I always will. Instead of thinking of it as asking for help, how about you are allowing community members to give back? Oh, that's good. Allowing community members to give back. I love it. That's good. I like that way of thinking of it. Yes. Yes, and that is a risk of the trusting people. Learning who to trust is, yes, part of the process. And you will get hurt along the way. Exactly. But I'm willing to. And it's okay. And I know that, that hurt is not a hurt that lasts forever. And that is something that will break me. I've been hurt before. It's okay. My heart can take it. Yeah. So pretty good, right? I love the strength bit. I think I'm going to have to I may have to leave all of these cards out for a little while, for a couple days anyway. I love the strength bit. Again, I may have to leave all of these cards out on my altar for a few days anyways. I definitely recommend, I think the rest of them I don't need to leave out, because I have here, and I certainly know. The strength card I think I am going to definitely leave out. So I've always pushed the coven aspect. Many people contributed to the one collective. Absolutely, David. So I have to ask, you have a coven, right? It's funny, my the coven that I have is filled with a lot of new people, which is, I have found it's a great thing, because there is no limitations. Like, I don't ever say something to them and they go, oh, that's not really my role. That's an extreme positive of it. The negative of it is that there is some things that I have never allowed. I have never asked for help with, because I didn't want to overwhelm them, being fairly new at stuff. That at this point now, I'm like, okay, I may have to ask for help with some of the stuff that maybe normally I wouldn't have asked for help with. And maybe it's going to be doing it together. Like, okay, come over and help me write a ritual, or that part of stuff I don't think I have ever asked for help with, because I didn't want to overwhelm somebody else. Have you had that? I don't have a lot of experience, people that, have done stuff like that before. The only experience they have is with my group, I think. Most people in the group. But yes, it's funny. No, I stopped years ago. Haven't found the urge. Not sure where to land. I miss you, David. You coming back into New York anytime soon? Need to do the thing where I ask for help when I start to stumble, instead of when shit hits the fan. Right? That's a good point. Know when to ask for help, Sarana. Oh, yes. I see that. I see that a lot. Yes, yes, yes. For sure. You're in New York now. You're kidding. Really? You are? Message me after. We'll have to try to get together. I haven't seen you in so long. It's been forever. Forever. Hi, Adirondack. You're in Fairport, are you? You are kidding me. You have to message me, mister. Yes. We need to get together. Okay, so there you have it. There is a kind of a normal reading. What do you use tarot for? Use tarot to call you out, right? For sure. Those of us who do tarot on a daily basis or at least a weekly basis or a semi-regular basis will know that tarot is very good at calling your ass out. It's funny how good sometimes. Use tarot to give you a direction. Use tarot to, even if it's just to tell you what you already know. Sometimes you need that push to say, yeah, I did know that. I knew it. I needed something else to tell me that I knew it, but I knew it. And that's okay. That's tarot at its best. That's tarot, pulling the right cards out to say, oh, this is exactly what you needed. Yes. When you're me, yes, you use it to call your ass out. That's right. Yes. Leah does that constantly with me. Yes. So good. I'm going to put a poll up. We can talk about, do you want to start over? Do you want to start over with Tarot Tuesday? Should we start over and do it by the numbers? Should we do different decks? Should we, what else did I write down? Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Different combinations. You want to bake a cake, but you don't know the steps. Your instinct is to mix it all up and put it in the oven. Exactly. And how do I, right, exactly. And how do I ask for help if I just know that the cake being done is the outcome and I know I can get it done. I just don't know how to separate it into different steps to give it to other people. I love that. Do readings for people and break down how you would read it like you did tonight. Awesome. Yes, and we absolutely, we can do that. Do readings and go step by step through those readings. Readings for people with breakdowns. Right? And I was thinking that too. We could have even though I don't need a cheat sheet or anything anymore, we could have little cheat sheets here to say, okay, let's say you're doing this reading and you get this card. Your little cheat sheet might say these 4 keywords or something. And so if you're doing this kind of a reading and this comes up, which it just has for this person, what do you guys think about it? What do you think you want to say to this person? And then we can have examples of what to say and how to say it. I like that. We could do that for a couple weeks, definitely, for sure. Maybe if you have a live parent with you too one night. Yes, definitely. I would love to do that. And we can do that too. If anyone is willing to be a live querent, we can do StreamYard where, you are at the other end. If we have a group of people, we can see how many people we can get to. If you're willing to do StreamYard and be on video on the other end as the querent. I'll do a couple different polls. So keep an eye out on YouTube here and on our Facebook group for a couple different polls of how to do that. Hold on, let me write down live querent because I know my brain. Live querent. And we'll start to do that kind of thing. You may have noticed I was not on Sunday. I was going to do another Book of Shadows video on Sunday, and things just got crazy. So I apologize. That's partly why I haven't scheduled any other thing besides Tarot Tuesday, because with the schedule as crazy as it is and all this weird stuff going on, I didn't, yay, Stephen, be willing to be a life queer. I love it. Stephen. I didn't want to schedule anything else, like on a permanent basis until I, have an idea of everything that's going on. So I hope this helped you guys. It helped me for sure. It called my ass out. It was good. Just keep me in mind when you're doing Reiki, when you're sending energy. It's a weird transition time. I will say too, there's a lot of things in retrograde. Uranus is in retrograde, and I think Jupiter is in retrograde. September 9th, Mercury goes back into retrograde. Lord and Lady help us. So there's weird solar flares going on that are not just flares, they're like complete outbursts. So internet's been weird for a lot of people. There is just a lot of transition weirdo energy out there right now. So keep that in mind. Know that you're not alone. That helps me anyways, is to know, there's other people going through shit too. It's not just me. It's put the ideas in a jar and pick the next lesson that way, right? Yay. All right, Sherry, that sounds good. Thank you. I'm here for your mama. I know, Kim. Thank you. Kim came over today. My son was here and his girlfriend. And so, I love you guys. I thank you. Thank you for being here for me tonight, with me tonight. Watch for those polls. We'll do a couple different polls and we'll see where we go. I love seeing you guys again on Tuesday. I do have to say, I always feel like I get an influx of energy when I'm on Tuesday. It gives me somebody to talk to about some of the stuff that sometimes I think, as good as Peter is about stuff normally, I know that some of the stuff he thinks is I'm full of shit still, and that's okay. But it's always nice to talk to somebody who, believes most of the stuff that I do anyway. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you. And we will see you next week. Or maybe this week. We'll see. Depends on where we're at, right? No promises, but depends on where we're at. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.